vlogging and people are staring. Alright, my car is packed for open house. It suddenly hit me like pirates. I'm kinda nervous. So it's Saturday and I just went to my classroom because I totally forgot my computer charger in my classroom yesterday, so I couldn't edit the video that's supposed to be going up today. So on my way home I figured I would stop at a Dollar Tree that I never go to in hopes that I'll find the little bins that I've been using for some of my centers, because I already went to another one and that one did not have them. So
a few moments later,
I found them, and on the website when I was looking at them online it said that they had pink as well, but I think pink means red, and yeah, so I bought 6 red ones. I bought quite a few green ones because I had more green ones than any other color, and I bought like 3 blue ones. So in total I bought 15 of them, so I think I should be good. I also bought these like light switch lights, so they I forgot to buy batteries. Okay, I'll buy batteries some other time, but so they're just light switch lights basically, and what I'm gonna use them for is for blending words, because even though like blending comes like in and out with Saxon, like it doesn't like focus a lot on it, it just like it's brief. I feel like this will be a good way to have like a visual. So I'm gonna have, like, if we're blending CBC words, then I'm gonna have 3 of them, and then each sound I'm gonna turn the light on so they can see, like, I don't know, does that make sense? So I bought 4 of them just in case, and then I also bought, it's like someone next to me, so they're probably thinking, what is she doing? I also bought these little containers, and I'm gonna have one of them at the middle of each table, so when kids are cutting, instead of everything getting on the floor, they can just put their trash in here. So I don't like that they have like little holes, but I think it'll be okay. And if I didn't get those, the ones that didn't have holes were huge, so I didn't want to get those either. They came in a 2-pack, so I got 2 packs, and yeah, I'm so happy I found the containers. Okay, so I'm at Target, and a lot of the back to school stuff is on sale, and they have this mat for $2, $2.98. So I'm gonna get maybe 1 or 2 for my classroom, and then that's pretty much it. Good morning, it is Tuesday, and I did not vlog a whole lot yesterday. It was a really busy day. I had meetings to go to after school yesterday. Sorry, I'm trying to put my seatbelt on. And I also had to prep for a sub, so that took a while. Then I had to rush home because I was gonna do a test, like live feed thing with Real Rap with Reynolds. But today I do have day 5 of new teacher induction, so I will not be in the classroom until after school. Also, today's the day that I will be on Teacher Talk Live with Real Rap with Reynolds. So by now I hope you have seen it. If you haven't, I'll link it down below because you can still watch it. Hey guys, so it is Monday after school, and today was a really good day. I'm so happy to be back at work. As you know, I had a family emergency last week and I wasn't at work Thursday, I think, but I'm back and I'm so happy to be back. Today was the first day that parents could come in to volunteer, and I had 2 parents come in, and so I totally forgot what I was saying, but I think I was talking about volunteers. Over the weekend I made some like word wall words, I guess, so with all like, so I had the keywords for all our Saxon letters, and then I had their names and our sight words for the first quarter. So I printed them all out and I laminated them over the weekend, but I didn't want to cut them because I hate cutting. Like, I love laminating, but I don't like cutting. My volunteers did it and it was so fast, and they did such a good job, and they put the magnets in the back already, so it's so great to have volunteers. I'm pretty much gonna have at least 1 volunteer every day. I think tomorrow I have 1, and then I have 2 tomorrow. Then I have 2 on Wednesday, and then I think like 3 on Thursday and 1 on Friday. So I'm excited. So today I introduced Kindles, and even though I spent quite a bit of time on Sunday like trying to set them up and make sure that they were connecting to the Wi-Fi and making sure that they were they had a battery. Of course, like, things went wrong because they always do with technology, right? I have 5 Kindles. One of them was dead. The other one was not connecting to the Wi-Fi, so I only had 3, and each rotation has 4 students. So that was a little bit of a pain. But now I'm charging a few of them, and I'm also charging my own personal Kindle in case I have to use it. I don't think I will, but just in case. Along with introducing my Kindles, I also introduced my scoop rocker chairs, and it turned out to be perfect because my kids had music today. So at music, the teacher has flexible seating, so she just introduced scoop rocker chairs as well, so it kind of just worked out. Okay, so total teacher fail. I am currently doing my newsletter for the week, and I was referencing last week's newsletter because for whatever reason it didn't save, so I'm having to redo it, and I have a typo, and I've had it for the last like 3 or 4 newsletters, and I didn't know. I'll show you. So this is normal, right? Everything's good. And then typo. What's happening in this week? It was supposed to say what's happening in our classroom this week. In the bright side, at least I caught it now and not like halfway through the year. Alright, so it's Tuesday and I just realized I completely forgot to vlog today. It's kind of hard to get used to vlogging again. So today was our day that we had no special. So today is earliest Tuesday mornings. Sorry, that was my protein shake bottle I just opened. That's weird. But anyway, Tuesday mornings often seem pretty long. Luckily today we did have something to do in the morning, so it kind of like broke things up a little bit. Is that a thing? We're currently hosting a book fair in our school, so we were able to sign up for a time where we could take our kids to just kind of preview the book fair before they like brought money or something like that. So I signed up for today in the morning, and we were there for about 20 minutes, and the kids loved it. So they got to see the books, they already know which ones they want, which ones they want to ask for, and that was kind of good for me to see like what kind of books they are interested in, so I can kind of incorporate those into the classroom more. After that, we came back into the classroom and we finished our morning work, and we did our morning meeting, we did a calendar, and then since we still have time until I teach phonics, we did do a little bit of science. So we finished our anchor chart comparing like fish like in the water and goldfish crackers, so like living things and non-living things, and why they are living with and why they are not living. So after that, I was gonna give them a snack, and we're gonna have goldfish for a snack. But some of them were wondering like, hey, what happens if you put a goldfish cracker in water? Because regular fish will swim, but obviously these won't swim, so what would happen? So we just kind of did like a really quick like science experiment. So I filled up like buckets with water, and then kind of like just put them in the water, we observed them, and then we put them away, and then we came back to them later on in the day. And also, like, before we even did the experiment, we kind of brainstormed. We just kind of made hypotheses about what would happen when the goldfish crackers were in water. So a lot of them were saying that it was going to sink, some of them were saying it was going to get like really nasty, some of them were saying that it was going to float, others were saying that it was going to break. So I wrote all of their responses down, and then we actually did the experiment. Since we didn't have that much time to actually see like what would happen, like since it kind of takes a while for the cracker to get a little bit soggy, we just kind of like watched it for a little bit, and then we came back to it later at the end of the day when they were like all like huge and soggy and kind of gross. So for phonics, we just did Saxon phonics, and honestly I feel like it's getting a little bit better. A lot of you were telling me like just stick with it, you will see results, and I do. I have a lot. Today I tested my students on the ESGI on the letters that we've learned so far, and a lot of them got maybe like just one wrong or none of them wrong, but I kind of like knowing that the plan is already there for me, and I like being able to supplement things too. So yeah, that's how Saxon is going so far. After Saxon, we did do centers, so we did 2 rotations. We are still doing Kindles, and we're still trying to get the hang of them. So just kind of how to unlock it, how to go back to another app, which I'm trying to figure that out myself. After lunch, we came back, we read a story. Today we read Root Cakes, and I think I showed this book in my earlier vlogs during the summer when I was teaching summer school, because I read that book during summer school and they all really liked it. Then we did writing journals, so we're still focusing on opinion writing. So the kids answered the question of the day, and we talked, and we went around in a circle explaining our answer. So the question of the day today: what is your favorite movie? And so I would start like, my favorite movie is Moana because I love the songs in it. So we would really focusing on the because that is that part of your opinion, if that makes sense. So after we went around in the circle, then we got to work with writing. So I pulled a few students that I kind of saw that were having trouble writing, like from left to right. So I pulled 5 students and I worked with them closely while the other students were working on their own. So they wrote their sentence first. They wrote I like, and whatever movie that they liked, we had it on the board, and they drew a picture. After that, we did math. We played the pickle jar game, which is, I don't know why we call it that. It's just like we're in a circle, we count to a certain number, and then when it lands on that number, they sit down until there is only one person standing. We went over shapes. We made our shape hat. Yesterday we made a triangle hat. Today we made a circle hat. And tomorrow we're not gonna make a hat, we're just gonna compare the two. Alright, so it's one of my students' birthday today, and this is what I'm gonna be doing for birthday. So I got all of this from Target. These came in a 16 pack, I think. I don't know. But they're all pretty inexpensive, so all my students, when they have a birthday, they'll get this goodie bag. So it's just like this little sticky thing, this ring that lights up and bubbles, as well as a card that I'll write for them later. So yeah, this is what I'm gonna do for birthdays. Okay, so it's Wednesday afternoon. I just got done with a few meetings and I've just been working around the classroom. So I'm like updating our bulletin board with a craft that we did today, and I'm just cleaning up a little bit, but I do have to go soon because I do have an appointment for a bod pod. Tomorrow is open house, so I'm kind of trying to get things ready for open house, so we'll see how that goes. I will update you a little bit more in the car after my bod pod, because right now I'm kind of like trying to hurry up. So I'll update you in a little bit. So this is just the example of the craft. Obviously it's not completely finished, but it's just a bus, a pigeon, and I'm missing this part, the eyes. And then they would just get like either this prompt, which is the pigeon should drive the bus, or the pigeon should not drive the bus, and they would write like the reason behind it. So this was good because it met our opinion writing. But, yeah.
2 hours later.
Alright, so I'm done with my bod pod. It actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I was a little bit scared to get one because I haven't been consistently working out in a while, so I was scared that all my progress had gone away. And I mean, it kind of did. I ended up losing 3 pounds of muscle, which is a lot. I mean, it took a long time for me to gain 1 pound of muscle, and for me to lose 3 pounds of muscle kind of sucks. For my bod pod, I went to Target and I bought like treat bags and ribbon for balloons, and I bought plates. And then after that, I went to Dollar Tree and I bought some things as well. So I bought 2 of these baskets because for early finishers, I do have like some activities for them to do, and usually I keep them, let me turn off the music, sorry. And usually I keep them in like those little, like, what are they called? Photo boxes. But my students have a really hard time opening them because they are kind of hard to open, and I don't really like the way it looks when they're stored. So I figured I'm gonna put the activities in Ziploc bags, and I'm gonna secure the edges of the Ziploc bag with duct tape. So I also bought duct tape. I only bought pink here, so I have pink that looks purple, but it's pink, and I'm gonna secure the edges. And I'm also going to buy blue. So that way they're like color coordinated with the baskets depending on what subject they are and which basket they go in. So hopefully that'll be better, and it'll be better for cleaning up as well, because cleaning up takes a little bit longer with the boxes. So I'm hoping that it will not be as long with the Ziploc bags. I also bought some googly eyes for our project today. I also bought some socks, and I know it's weird, but I remember when I was doing my practicum, one of the teachers I was with would use socks to erase whiteboards, like kid whiteboards, and I figured I would do that. So I bought three of these, so I should have 18 of them, and yeah, I'm gonna keep them all together and then I'll just get them as I need them. Then after Dollar Tree, I ended up going to Safeway because, again, tomorrow is open house. So, I'm vlogging and people are staring. Safeway, I bought cookies, frosting, and sprinkles. I bought 2 types of cookies. The first kind is just sugar cookies, and my students are just gonna decorate those for their parents for open house. The second kind is just chocolate chip, and I'm gonna give those to students. They don't know about this yet, and I'm just gonna attach a tag that says something about like, thanks for being a smart cookie, or I don't know, something along those lines. And yeah, so now I'm gonna go home and I have quite a bit to do. I wanna make new name tags because I'm gonna change the seating around for tomorrow. I want to make some bulletin board like letters, so, and I don't know what else I'm gonna make, to be honest. So I just finished making this little graphic thing that I'm going to post on my class dojo because we are having an apple tasting event thing in my classroom next Thursday. So I want to put it on class dojo so parents know about it. Alright, my car is packed for open house.
Two hours later.
Alright, so open house is done. It has literally been a little bit over 12 hours that I've been here at work. My contract hours do end at 2:45 and open house started at 5, but there was no point whatsoever for me to go home when I lived 30 minutes away and come back. And I'm glad I didn't because I was literally scrambling, or I felt like I was, to try to get everything done. Thankfully my classroom looks decent. I made the mistake of letting my kids play with Play-Doh at the end of the day, and a lot of it got on the carpet and on the tables, so cleaning it up was not fun. Alright, so let me tell you a little bit about what happened at open house. So before open house, I got new name tags for my kiddos. I also had balloons, so I think I had balloons, and I tied them to each of their chairs. So we have a new seating chart now. And then I set out their friend of the day books that I was doing yesterday. I also set out the cookies that they decorated for their parents, and I set out a cookie that I was giving to them that says, "You're such a smart cookie." Those were at their seats, and those they were able to take home. My students said when they got here was look for their new seat. After After that, they just showed their parents the friend of the day book. They also gave their parents the cookie that they decorated, and I gave them their cookie. On the balloons, they also have a self-portrait that they drew yesterday. After that, they showed their parents their writing journals. So I kind of explained to the parents what we were doing with writing journals and what we were focusing on. Then they showed their parents their favorite centers. So I kind of set out a few classroom favorites, and after that, they just kind of showed their parents whatever they want to show them. So a lot of them showed them their tickets. They showed them their pigeon craft. They showed them our calendar, our books, our scoop rocker chairs, our tablets, and so on and so forth. So basically, the students were just showing them around, and I was just there to answer any questions. So it was very quick. Some of them did hang out for a little bit. Some of them just kind of came and went. It was just really nice. I'm glad that there was open house, and I'm glad that a lot of my parents showed up, because I know what a lot of them look like, but a lot of them I only met during what is it called? Meet and greet, and that was a long time ago, so I couldn't really remember what they looked like. And yes, I do talk to them on Class Dojo, but I didn't know what they looked like. So it was nice to put like a face to the name, if that makes any sense. Because I was scrambling to get everything ready, I just kind of stuffed things in cabinets and in our little pod area. So at this point, I don't really know where everything is. I guess I'll find out when I need it. We also have a book fair going on. So after they came to our classroom, they were able to go to the book fair and just pick out books. For the book fair, teachers were asked to kind of put together a wish list of books that they wanted. One parent was super sweet and got me this book, and I've been wanting this book. I do have Giggle Giggle Quack, but I didn't have Click Clack Moo. So I'm glad that they gave me this. I'm so thankful. Honestly, I think getting ready for open house was a little bit more stressful than getting ready for meet and greet. At least it was for me. I felt more prepared for meet and greet. For this, I didn't feel as prepared, and I think it's because typically I would have, or ideally, I would like to have stayed late yesterday to get everything ready, but I didn't because I had my bod pod appointment at 3:45. But all in all, open house went really great, and now I finally have all my parents signed up for Class Dojo, which is amazing. I also had quite a few parents that want to volunteer for our next event, or classroom event. Our next classroom event is going to be an apple tasting event, so I had quite a few parents sign up for it. My feet hurt so much. I'm also really sore from the gym, so that doesn't help, and I'm starving. I think last time I ate was during my lunchtime, and that was at 10:10, and it's already 7:10. So I think I'm gonna go home pretty soon, and I'm just going to eat because I'm so hungry. Yesterday I drew all my friend of the day pictures for my students, and I packed them all. So I was putting the books together right before right before open house, and I couldn't find two of my students' drawings that I made yesterday, and I was so like, and it was 5 minutes before open house started, and I was getting ready to sit down and just draw a new picture, and then I was looking through their books, and turns out I had already put them inside and they were ready to go. I just completely forgot. It's gonna go now because I'm super tired, so I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Good morning, guys. Whoa. Good morning, guys. It is Friday, and I got home last night at around 8:30. I pretty much was exhausted, and I feel a little bit better now, but I'm still pretty tired, so I'm glad it's Friday. I'm so super happy, by the way, that open house turned out. I was thinking about it last night, and I'm just kind of happy that like now I know like what I want to do for next year, so I kind of know what worked and what didn't. So yeah, it was a good experience. So excuse the mess in my cart, but I went to McDonald's to get an Egg McMuffin meal, and they completely got my order wrong, and at this point I'm so tired and I just want to eat that I kind of took it. So I had ordered an Egg McMuffin meal with a mango pineapple smoothie. For whatever reason, they gave me 2 Egg McMuffin meals, not meals, just 2 Egg McMuffins, no hash brown, and they gave me a frappe right here, and that's not what I ordered. And like try to correct them like 3 times, and they still got it wrong. So at this point I'm like, okay, fine, I'll eat this. And I don't even like frappes, but I guess I'll try them. And they also got this one wrong. Alright, so it's the end of the day on Friday, and for science we did tornado bottles. So this is what they look like. I did not make these, by the way. another teacher made them and she let me use them. So this is what they look like, and a tornado is supposed to form. Oh, it's not working right now. Okay. There we go. So it's supposed to look like something like that. And it makes a tornado. So we did that at the end of the day because this week was tea week. So tornadoes, tea. Before we observed those bottles, we watched a video on tornadoes, and then we talked about how tornadoes are formed. So we talked about how a tornado would need hot air and cold air, and the hot air and the cold air like chase each other until it makes a tornado. So when we were observing them, I put them in teams. So I had a blue team and I had a green team. And I told them that cold air was coming out of those vents because it's the AC, and I told them that we had to make hot air for their tornado to form. So it was kind of like a race. So first we tried to make hot air by jumping. It was really cute, and then we made hot air by clapping. So they would be trying so hard to make hot air, and then eventually the tornado would form. For the blue one, we were kind of having trouble with it forming, but eventually it was fine. They had so much fun, and I would definitely do this again. Like I said, I did not make those bottles. One of the other teachers here did it, but all you need is like the liter bottles, and I don't know what the thing on Connexum is. I know it's like special for tornado bottles or for making this project. I think she said she got them at a teacher's store, but sometimes they're also at Dollar Tree, so I'm sure you can Pinterest it and find out how to make them, but they were so cool. They all loved it. So now I kind of want to always do like a science experiment that goes along with our letter of the week. Next week we are learning about the letter P, so I'm thinking about maybe having a pizza party. And then I heard people are doing like pudding painting, so maybe I'll do that. But yeah, it was such a great day today and yesterday. As far as teaching goes, yesterday I felt very good about it. I wasn't feeling so great about my teaching Monday and Tuesday, not so much Wednesday. I don't know, I just felt like, I just kind of felt like even though I prepared for it, I made my plans, I felt like I was just getting by, and I don't like that feeling. I like doing things right, and I like doing them well. So even though I was getting things done, I just didn't feel, I don't know, I didn't feel as successful as I wanted to. So yesterday, everything went so well. Everything. My math lesson was better. My Saxon lesson was better. I think yesterday was probably my best Saxon lesson yet, and I felt so good about it. I don't know what it was. I feel like it just kind of clicked, and I'm starting to feel more comfortable with it, because honestly at the beginning of this, when I first started it, I did not feel comfortable with it, because not only am I dealing with being a first year teacher and like the first of everything, but just dealing with a new curriculum, that was intimidating, to be honest. But now I think I'm starting to feel comfortable, and I think I'm getting better, and I see it working. I don't think I'm gonna stay very long today, but I think I am gonna come tomorrow just to set things up. I don't really want to do it tonight, but probably tomorrow when I can just do things. Let me show you our craft that we did. Alright, so we just made this tiger, and we put googly eyes. I had a few googly eyes laying around, so we used them. But for next project, we're going to use something else for the eyes, so let me show you. Alright, so these are eye stickers, and these are from Oriental Trading. They were about $7, I believe. And one of the teachers got them for me, so they are 1,000 stickers, so that's awesome. The one thing with this, though, is that Oriental Trading shipping is usually expensive, but sometimes they have free shipping. So one of the teachers let me know that there was free shipping, so that's why I got them. But yeah, these are going to be so much easier, because the googly eyes, they don't really stay on very well, so these will stay on much better. We did use googly eyes for our pigeon project, so these are a few of them. so it's 4:19 and I feel like I haven't done much, but I have. We had a meeting after school, so I went to that. It ended at 2:45-ish, and after that I went to go get some apples cut out on paper with our, I don't know what the machine is called, but that thing that you put paper on, you roll it through and it cuts it for you. So I did that because we are going to be having our apple event next week. So I cut a bunch of those apples for our craft, and I also cut letters for a bulletin board. It kind of took me a while because I've never really used that machine before, so I'm kind of like learning how to use it. I'm going to change my environmental print bulletin board because, I don't know, we didn't really focus on it too much. So I want something that we're actually going to focus on. So I just got to my classroom. It is Sunday morning, and I actually stopped at Walmart before I got here because I wanted to buy duct tape. I don't even know. But I am going to put my early finisher activities in Ziploc bags, and I'm going to secure the edges with duct tape, and they're going to be color coded. So math activities are going to be blue, I believe, and then ELA activities are going to be pink. So I went to go buy some. I had bought some pink duct tape at Dollar Tree, but it looks kind of purple in certain lights, so I didn't want to confuse kids, so I just went and bought more. I also bought some magnetic tape because I am going to be making a magnetic tape? No, because I am going to be making a center where they go fishing for sight words or letters. I think I'm going to start with letters and then sight words. So I'm going to cut out little fishes. I think already, so I'm going to cut out like little fish and stick some, and then I'm going to put some paper clips on them, and then I'm going to make fishing poles with these like little sticks, and at the end of the string they're going to have magnets so they can latch on to the fish. I hope that makes sense. So I bought those little sticks too, and I bought some string. I didn't want to just have like any kind of string. I wanted some pretty strings, so that's why I have that. And then I also ended up buying some shoes because the shoes that I had that were this color were completely like falling apart, so I bought new ones. These are pretty cute, and they were only like $10, $11. Yeah, they were $11, so super good deal. So right now I'm just gonna cut up a few things, not everything because I am gonna have my parent volunteers cut those, but I do want to cut up my center titles, I guess, or labels, because let me show you. Please tell me I brought them. So I made some center labels, and I'm gonna put these in a pocket chart, and then I also made labels for my students. That way it's easier to keep track of rotations, because right now I currently do it on the Promethean board, and sometimes I forget to save it, so I have to figure out who's supposed to be where, and sometimes the kids don't remember, so I figured this is probably going to be a more efficient way with someone walking outside. So yeah, I think I made 18 center titles in total. I do not have all of them ready, but I plan on introducing them eventually, so that's why I made them. I'm going to go ahead and cut these, and then I'll show you what it looks like on the pocket chart. Hopefully they fit. Putting together the center rotation, so I'll show you what it looks like. I'm not entirely crazy of what it looks like right now, but for now it will work. I think eventually I'm just going to put magnets on the back and not use a pocket chart, and then just add a border and stuff like that to make it nice and pretty. So I know it's annoying to film vertically, but I don't want to show my students' names. So here are the options that we're going to have for this week. So rolling cover, silly sounds, tablets, write the room, and go fish. Silly sounds, tablets, and write through room are always going to be up there, but I'm always going to change 2 or 3 of them. So that's why I kind of want to get rid of the pocket chart, because I only have 5. So maybe I'll just do that right now, actually. Okay, so I'm home now, obviously, and I'm just waiting to get picked up, but while I'm waiting, I'm just finishing up my lesson plans for the week. Coming home, I was trying to think, what can I do for P week? For letter P week. And I was trying to think, like, what is something that's gonna be fun and engaging? Like, yes, we're having our apple tasting a little bit early just to get ready for a week, but it suddenly hit me like pirate. Though I know, I'm pretty sure Dollar Tree has like some pirate stuff, so I think I'm gonna have like a pirate day that's gonna reveal the apple day, if that makes any sense. And we're also learning about maps, so maybe we're gonna have a pirate map that's gonna lead us to apple tasting days. So I just have it like in, so I'm not really sure how it's gonna work out or if it's gonna work out, but I really hope it does, because in my head it sounds like a bunch of fun. So I don't know, I just have to get the details done for that. Hey guys, so it is Tuesday. I did not vlog yesterday. Yesterday was a crazy day and I had some family things going on, so I didn't vlog. I wasn't gonna vlog today, but I'm doing a lot of things for tomorrow, so I figured I wanted to show you guys. I think I mentioned that I want to do a pirate week. And it's not going to be a week, it's going to be 3 days. So I have all the pirate stuff in my car that I'm going to get later. And right now I'm working on some pirate centers. I should have done this over the weekend. I planned on doing some of these yesterday, but again, I had another family emergency, so I couldn't. So let me just talk a little bit about what I plan on doing tomorrow, and then what I have been working on. So tomorrow I'm gonna have their little pirate vest laid down on their table, and they're not gonna touch them until we come in. I'll tell them that we are pirates now, and so on and so forth. Tomorrow morning on the window we're gonna have a big pirate ship, and I'm gonna print it out and laminate it using the website that I used for like those words, so the blogposters.com, I think. And so it's gonna be a pirate ship, and I'm gonna have like waves of water on the window. Then we'll have like little pirate theme activities throughout the day, and actually throughout the 3 days. So let me just show you kind of what I've been working on. Alright, so I've been working on this. The first activity is going to be a matching activity, so they have the sight words that they've learned so far and they'll match it. The next activity is just go fish, so I'm going to have magnets at least. So I'm going to have magnets and like fishing poles, I guess, and they're gonna fish for letters. So these are all the letters we're gonna fish for, and they're gonna have this little recording sheet. So whenever they catch a letter, they're gonna write down the letter. The next activity is just a pirate hat. It's gonna be black and white, so that kind of sucks. So these are the letters that we've learned through Saxon. So these are letters again, and then we have some things right here for the beginning sound. So pig would go there, octopus there, lion there, and so on and so forth. And then this will be their pirate hat. I will have them color the back black. No, not black, because this is gonna be black, because it's gonna print black and white. So they'll probably end up coloring their hat red, and I will print that on cardstock actually. So those are all the centers I have so far. I do want to come up with at least one more for tomorrow, and then and yeah, and some for math too. Maybe not so much for math. Tomorrow's early release. Maybe not so much for math, but mostly for literacy. I'm so sorry. I'm like scattered. I'm exhausted, and I don't want to go home. So yeah, that's what I have so far. I'll try to vlog a little bit more tomorrow and let you guys know how this went. Alright, so I just came up with 2 new centers. So one of them is going to be walk the plank. They're going to spin a paper clip. It's going to land on one of these 6 pictures. If it lands on, let's say, the pig, then they'll have to walk the P plank. So I'm just going to laminate these. I'm going to laminate these and just glue them on. Not glue them, I'm sorry. I'm going to tape them to the floor, and they're going to walk the plank. And then they'll just take turns. So I have all of these that I'm going to print out and laminate tonight, And then the next one is just a version of this, which is Roll and Trace. It's just pirate-y themed, I guess. And then we only have the letters that we have been working on so far. I think I'm just gonna stop it at here. I'm gonna go park my car closer to the school and then just take out the little vests. I do have to go to Walmart and try to find like stronger magnets, because otherwise the Go Fish is not gonna be working. So I'm gonna do that. Cutting this up, and it's gonna be a boat that I'm gonna put on my window, and this is what it looks like. I used the block poster website and I made it 3x3, so this was not like a super high resolution picture, so it did come out a little bit blurry. So what I ended up just doing is I ended up just outlining it with Sharpie, and now it looks so much more clear. I know one of you told me that you tried making a poster and it came out blurry, so maybe try this instead. So print it out and then outline it with a Sharpie or a marker, and this should look better. Good morning, it is Wednesday. I just got to work. It is 6:50 in the morning and today is Pirate Day. All I know is that it has something to do with pirates, so I brought all, you can see right there, all the little vests. I have all my centers, and I'm gonna set all of that up when they are at specials today, because today they do have specials. So yeah, I'm also gonna have a few parent volunteers come in today, so I think I'm just gonna have them cut and laminate some things, and yeah. So I have been wondering where all my black X markers were, and I was cleaning out my math centers, so just hiding them up, and of course they're all here. Alright, so this is just what the boat ended up looking like that I made a couple nights ago for Pirate Week, and I think it turned out pretty cute. Alright, so it is the end of the day on Wednesday. It's 3 o'clock and I'm gonna head out because it's my boyfriend's birthday, so I still have to go buy him a gift and all those things. Today was the start of Pirate Day, so we're also gonna have Pirate Day tomorrow and Friday, but they absolutely loved the centers I had for them, so that was really fun to see. My students' favorite center from today was walking the plank, which I didn't think would be a popular one, but it really was, and after that they loved the fishing one. So I'm gonna keep those, and I'm gonna add one more tomorrow to replace the hat making, I think, because all but one group got to do the hats. But it was so fun. They all were wearing their little pirate vests. They were all wearing their little pirate mustaches, and it was just so fun. So we're gonna keep on doing that tomorrow. If I have time tomorrow, I will show you what the centers look like all set up. But yeah, I'm sorry I'm not vlogging very much. It's kind of hard to get back into it, but I hope you understand. Alright, so the day's over and my room's a mess. We had apple days, so let me show you some of the crafts, or the only craft that we did the day stayed here. So I cut a few apples in halves and they would just stamp it to make fall leaves. So this is one of them, and this one's another one. This one turned out pretty good. Hey guys, so it is Thursday afternoon and I am so incredibly tired. I do not know why. We had our apple tasting event today, so basically I kind of showed you a little bit, I think I showed you a little bit of it the last clip, but I'm just gonna explain it to you. So we did that today because we're doing apples. We're doing A next week, and technically I could have done it next week. I don't really know why I didn't do it next week, but most of my team teachers were gonna do it this week, so I did it this week too. So I had parents sign up on Sign Up Genius to bring apples, and honestly I just wanted each parent that signed up to just bring one apple because we're gonna cut the apples in half anyway, so we were gonna have enough. So with like 6 apples, if we cut them in, so with like 16 apples we could just cut them in half and it'd be enough for everybody. But we had so many apples. I still have so many apples that we did not use, which is really great. One parent signed up for when parents signed up to bring 1 apple, they ended up bringing like a whole stack of apples, which was fantastic. I also had parents sign up for like whipped cream, sprinkles, chocolate syrup, and caramel. So as far as the apples go, I had parents bring red apples, green apples, and yellow apples, so all the kids were able to taste them and then kind of figure out which apple they like the best. So tomorrow's question of the day is going to be which apple you like the best. So they're gonna pick them and they're gonna fill out this little sheet of like why they picked them. So one of the activities that I had was like bobbing for apples. So I have 2 buckets, I filled them with water, and I put 6 apples in each bucket. So then instead of actually bobbing, because it's kind of gross, they would pick them up with these cooking tongs and put them on the cupcake tin. So it was kind of like a relay race, and they loved it. My students also made like apple puppets, so that was cool too. And I had 5 parent volunteers, so they were just like helping supervise the activities. Then here's an example of an apple puppet. Let's see, one of the teachers gave me this. So this is from Scholastics, I think, but I'm sure you can also get those on Teachers Pay Teachers. Also, I am kind of nervous because I have my first formal observation next week on Wednesday, and I'm getting observed for phonics, and it turns out that for that particular lesson we are introducing decodable readers. So I'm kind of nervous about that because I thought I was feeling comfortable with it, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, there's this new thing you have to do, so that's what I'm getting observed for. I'm kind of nervous. The way that things are supposed to be is, for my understanding, is that you get an instructional coach for your first 2 years of teaching in the district, and then you are supposed to meet with your instructional coach first before you get observed. But of course that doesn't always happen, because just because schedules are kind of hard to manage, especially when you have a really big school. So I'm gonna meet with my instructional coach on the week of the 9th, and she's gonna observe me teach on the 10th, and then we're gonna have our meeting afterwards on the 12th, which is great. I'm really thankful for that. However, I am getting observed by my principal, so my formal observation on the 4th. On the 4th? Wait a minute. And I have my pre-observation on the 3rd, and then post sometime that week as well. Ultimately, I kind of just have them flipped, which is fine. But yeah, I'm kind of a little bit nervous for that, to be honest. And how can you not be? I don't know. Today we continued Pirate Week, and we just did the same centers that we did yesterday. All the centers this week, they just focus on the letters that we have learned. So they focus on L, O, G, H, T, and P. So we're focusing on those just because I want to have more practice. And my students seem to be really enjoying them. I think they really enjoy the walking the plank one, so I might have that one as center for next week as well. Just kind of fix it a little bit because it looks kind of funky already. And they also really like the fishing one. We didn't get to do a craft that we were gonna do today for apples, so I think we're gonna start that tomorrow. And basically I just cut a bunch of little apples on red paper and green paper, and then they are gonna decide which apple they like the best. So they're gonna get the green or the red, they're gonna rip it up in little pieces as if they like ate it, and then they're gonna cover, like, I cut shapes of like a core of an apple, like, you know, like the hourglass figure, and I'll glue the top and the bottom of it with that ripped paper. I hope that makes sense. And then we'll just put that on the bulletin board. I'm so sure that this vlog is like all over the place because I'm gonna include like 3 weeks worth of vlog footage, I believe. So I am so sorry. Right now I'm just gonna make an outline of what I'm gonna do tomorrow, because even though I do have my plans for the week, I like having an outline, a daily outline, just to make sure I have everything. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So I have this, and I just check things off as I go. That way I make sure that I do not forget anything. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna clean up quite a bit, and then I'm gonna head home because I am so incredibly tired. I do not know why. So I'm tired, I'm hungry, and I just want to go home and lay down for a tiny bit. anchor. It's supposed to say anchor down your learning, but I do not. But I don't know where the word down went. So right now I'm just gonna say this: anchor your learning. I mean, it still kind of makes sense, but I don't know if I'll leave it like that. Let me know in the comments below if you think I should print out, laminate, and cut the word down, or just leave it like that. But that's just where my anchor charts are gonna go. I'm gonna go through my books and just condense my classroom library. Oh, what is that? I thought I saw a bug, but it's not there anymore. We had ants a few days ago, so anyway, I'm gonna condense my classroom library quite a bit because it's just taking up room and we don't really use them all that much, especially because a lot of them are really old. So I'm just gonna take home all the old books, and actually my boyfriend's company, or the company he works for, is having a book drive, so I'm just gonna give them all to them because they're just like, they're taking up space and I need all that space. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. I wanted to show you my Go Fish center real quick. So these are the fishing poles that they use. This is what they look like, and they just have like a little magnet clip on the back. These magnet clips I bought because they are the ones that are strong enough to pick up like paper clips with a paper, as well as like binder clips. So I just bought them from Walmart. They came in a 5-pack for like $1.98, so super affordable. I made these fishing poles, so I bought like a stick, I don't know what to call it. It was like 1/8 of an inch thick, I think, and it was this long. So I just cut them in half. I bought 2 of them, and I think they were like 80 cents a piece or something like that at Walmart. Again, in the crafting section, I just broke them in half, and then I attached this string onto it, again, also from Walmart. I just attached it to like, and I just kind of put it down here, and then just started like wrapping it around with duct tape, and the whole stick is wrapped around with duct tape, and that way it's not like as hard or as fragile because it is quite a thin stick. So these are their fishing poles. I was able to make 4 of them. I haven't figured out a way to store them like most efficiently, but I just kind of put them in these bins from Target. By the way, my alphabet strip, this one for letter matching, is on my TPT store for $1. So these are the fish that they are fishing for, and at first I had just put paper clips on them, but I found out that because this magnet's quite strong, sometimes, honestly I don't even know how, but oftentimes they just come off. So if you look in here, there are paper clips everywhere. So what I started doing is I started putting binder clips instead. I do have 2 size binder clips, so I have like these small ones, and I have these like even smaller ones. The small ones are not that great. They don't hold a grip as tight as these do, so I'm gonna change them to these instead. But they just fish for them like this. Okay, so I changed it a little bit. So I moved this down, and I'm gonna keep it with Anchor Your Learning, and I put borders around 2 that we may have. I can possibly put another one right there, but as of now I'm just gonna keep it like that. Maybe I can. Wait a minute, I'm gonna try that. Never mind, I'm just gonna keep it like that, and then I'll do that tomorrow because I'm just gonna go home now. So I'm heading out now, and I finished going through the books that I have in my classroom, and I just kind of picked out the ones that I'm going to keep in my classroom, like for my kids to be able to read and look through. And I also separated the ones that are just for me for read alouds. And on top of that, I also went through books that I thought just were no good, and I'm going to donate those too. And I'm not done there because I have a ton of books still at home and at my dad's house that I want to go through. Before I became a teacher, I really wanted to collect books and build my classroom library. However, now I have way too many, and I feel like the saying quality versus quantity applies, because I have a ton of books, but they are not great books. Like, I just took them because they were free, and they were like super old from like the 70s. They're faded, almost like falling apart. So those type of books I just wish I wouldn't have gotten. So if you are studying to be a teacher and you're trying to build your classroom library, just keep that in mind. Just get really good quality books that are going to be engaging and fun to look at, and don't get like really ugly, torn apart books just because you want to build a classroom library. I think it's all about having good quality books and not having like a ton of just whatever books. Morning, it is Friday, and I'm really happy it's Friday because I'm kind of tired. Good morning, it is Friday morning, and I'm just getting things ready. So right now what I'm going to be doing is just writing some thank you notes to the volunteers that helped out with the apple tasting yesterday. So I bought these cards from Walmart. They're a 200 pack with envelopes, and I think so, okay. And they're just different colors. I'm gonna make them all red because it was Apple Day or whatever. And then I'm gonna also tape a pack of Starburst on there. I saw something on Pinterest that I'm gonna write down, so I'm gonna send those home today. There's Play-Doh on my carpet, and I have no idea how, since if they're gonna do Play-Doh, they're supposed to be on this table or on the white floor. So I guess I'm just not gonna let them use Play-Doh anymore, because this is the third time we've gone through this. We've gone over where we do it, why we don't do it on the carpet, and it's still happening. So I guess no more Play-Doh for a while now. Do you do Play-Doh in your classroom? If you do, how do you manage to not get it on the carpet? Because no matter what I try to do, it somehow ends up on the carpet, and it like really annoys me because it's such a hassle it'll take off. Let me know. Okay, so I put my shirt on inside out just so I could vlog more comfortably, because I am wearing a school shirt. So, oh my god, my nose is so itchy. Today was a really jam-packed day. So let me just set you down so I can kind of tell you what we've done. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it in this vlog that this week we kind of did like a Pirates theme week because we were learning about the letter P. I showed you a little bit of our centers for the week, so walking the plank, going fishing, looking for treasure, and making pirate hats and stuff like that. So we did those. Today was the end of P week, which was also the day that we ended our pirate week. So we ended our pirate week, we did more pirate centers, and then we also had a pizza party because P for pizza. So luckily my best friend didn't work today. She has Fridays off. No, every other Friday she has off. So today was her off Friday, and she was so kind to go and get me pizza for my class. So she came in, I introduced her to my kids, and then she left. So we had our pizza party in the afternoon after we finished math. So they ate their pizza but they had to tell me why we were having pizza, so they would have to tell me like P for pizza, pizza. So we had pizza. On top of that, we also had a prize box. I do prize box once a month at the end of the month. So this is the last day of September that we're going to be in school for. So we had prize box. So they had their little tickets. Let me show you. So they had all these. So they had all these tickets, and they would get them throughout the month. So depending on their percentage, they would get a certain amount of tickets. Then they have these little pockets. This is what they look like. I'm just trying to cover the name. There you go. this is what they look like. But I just printed these on Astrobytes paper. I laminated them and then I put them together. I just put clear tape on them and then put a little Velcro dot. So I just have them displayed right there. They keep all their tickets in here. So then I would call 3 students at a time. I had my table just set up with prizes and numbers, so they would be worth a certain amount of tickets. So I had anywhere from 10 to 1 ticket prices, or 1 to 10 ticket prices. We did prize box at the end of the day, and it ended up working out pretty well because prize box starts with P. We were learning about the letter P, so they thought I did it on purpose, but I did not. So that went really well. Prize box is always chaotic, no matter how I've done it, but it is what it is. And the kids were really excited about it. I did take all their tickets, even though they didn't spend all of them, just because, I don't know, just to start off fresh next month. Something else that we did today that jam-packed our day is we painted with pudding. So let me show you. Just kidding, they all took him home. I thought someone left theirs here. But the way we did it is we all got like a little cup of pudding. It was chocolate pudding, and we were all at our tables. I was demonstrating what we were gonna do on the ladybug, and so they were seeing, and they're following directions. They followed directions really, really well. So it was almost like a spelling test, but not really. So I would tell them, like, okay, with your pudding, you are gonna paint the letter that makes the sound, and then they would write the letter H. So we kind of did those with we did that with all the letters that we've learned about, and then we also tried a few words. So we tried log and hot, and then they wrote their names and they could write whatever they wanted, and in the end they could eat their pudding if they wanted to. And not all of them wanted to, but a lot of them did. So that was definitely a highlight of our day. And then yesterday we had apple day, so I think I talked a little bit about that. But I'm so thankful I had volunteers. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and sit down and finish the thank you notes for the volunteers that came and helped yesterday. But first I am gonna clean up. I do want to add another anchor chart spot over there. Yep, right there. Maybe I'll do that today, maybe I won't. I'm not entirely sure, but I do want to clean up a lot today. Just kidding, before I clean up, I am going to send a few pictures to parents from today and yesterday. So for that, I need my phone.
A few moments later.
Okay, so that's done. I literally sent pictures to all my parents of their kid. I sent 2 to 3 pictures to every parent, and that took about 15 minutes. It was kind of time consuming, but I know the parents really appreciate it, seeing pictures of their kids in the classroom. So that's done. I'm gonna start cleaning up now and then clean up some more. Alright, so I changed my standards. So I changed my focus wall to this panel right here, just because this is a huge bulletin board for, like, I don't know, like, just because I figured I could be using that bulletin board for student work instead of just standards. So I'm going to move my standards over here. Alright, so I'm getting ready to head home. I moved my tables around, so let me show you. At first I had the big 2 tables on the ends, and then 1 little table and 2 little tables in the back. But then it didn't make sense because that table has 4 people, and I don't like having kids like having their backs face the board. So it just makes sense to have the big table in the back for them because they were kind of squished in these smaller tables. So I did that. I was kind of playing around with the seating arrangement, but this is probably the best that I can do right now. I moved my rules to there. I changed my centers. I'm gonna buy washi tape and just like section that off to make it look nicer. I put that shoe organizer that I had right here, put it right there, and I'm gonna buy maybe 2 more and stack them up there. I did go to Walmart to try to buy another one and I just couldn't find it, so I don't know. Yeah, and I also put duct tape all along this line right here because that's where the carpet is coming undone. So every time we kind of vacuum, it gets caught on that. So this is probably going to prevent it for a little bit. I don't know how long this is going to last, but this is what I have for now. Alright, so a couple of my best friends called me that I haven't seen in a really, really long time. And they invited me out to dinner, so I am going to go ahead and wrap up here and then just leave. And then I'll do this some other time, like maybe tomorrow.